We are here because of the stars. Every part of us was formed in the stars, and now we can look up at the sky and realize that we are the universe's way of knowing itself. Carl Sagan. We are beings made of stardust, and every gaze we cast upon the stars is a reminder of where we came from. Our planet is a tiny island in the vast ocean of time and space. For millennia, humanity has gazed at the night sky with awe, trying to unlock its mysteries. Each beam of light piercing the darkness carries the story of millions of years, and we, tiny sparks in this boundless vacuum, strive to understand who we are and where we are headed. Earth is but a grain of sand in the limitless cosmic expanse, yet it is here, on this fragile blue sphere, that life was born. Life, which after billions of years of evolution, began to ask the deepest questions about its nature and its place in the vast universe. We are children of the stars, which gave rise to science and philosophy, in a quest to answer the same questions that the stars themselves pose to us. What is the universe? How did it come into existence? And what role does humanity play in this grand cosmic drama? Looking at the night sky, ancient civilizations watched the movement of celestial bodies with awe and reverence. They built observatories, created myths and legends, trying to explain where the universe came from and what our place in it is. Each generation added its contribution to this continuous search, passing down accumulated knowledge and a sense of wonder before the majesty of the cosmos. And though our tools for understanding have grown more complex over time, the essence remains the same: we seek to understand what lies beyond our world. Today, armed with telescopes, satellites, and space probes, we peer into the farthest reaches of the cosmos, observing the light from galaxies that were born billions of years ago. We witness the birth of star systems and follow their development. But with each new discovery come more complex and profound questions. Just as before, we continue to ask, what is the universe? How did it come into being? And what is humanity's place within it? We live in an era when science lifts the veil on the mysteries of the universe's origin and evolution, helping us understand the nature of time, space, and the forces that govern galaxies, stars, and planets. At the core of everything lie the fundamental laws of physics, the laws that explain how a single event, known as the Big Bang, gave rise to all that exists about 13.8 billion years ago. From that moment began the history of the universe: first chaos, then structure. Stars and galaxies formed, within which planets began to take shape, one of which became our home. And though we are insignificant on the cosmic scale, humanity has always strived to understand its place in this grand space. We are mere specks in the infinity, but in our minds and hearts burns an unquenchable desire for knowledge. How did life originate on Earth? Are we alone in the universe? What future awaits us? Each answer found leads to new mysteries. We see stars that have long since died, observe galaxies we will never reach, and realize that our lives are but fleeting moments in the endless chain of cosmic events. Yet, despite this, it is in this journey toward answers that we discover not only the secrets of the universe but also its beauty and grandeur. We recognize our kinship with it and draw inspiration from its vastness. On this path of uncovering the universe's mysteries, we also learn an important lesson, a lesson about our inseparable connection to the cosmos. The cosmos is not just the emptiness between the stars. It is an ocean of time and matter, where every atom of our bodies was once born in the cores of distant stars. The realization of this connection opens up new horizons, urging us to continue exploring and discovering. And perhaps one day, this will change our perception of our place in this great cosmic order. We embark on this journey not to conquer the stars but to understand them. And in understanding them, we ultimately begin to better understand ourselves. The universe is vast and magnificent, and we, fragile creatures on a pale blue dot, are far more deeply connected to it than we can imagine. Each star, each distant glow tells a story stretching back billions of years. And we, as a united humanity, have only recently begun to read these lines. We are learning to see the universe as an object of endless exploration, recognizing that this mystery will inevitably generate more and more questions. What lies beyond the observable universe? What is hidden in its darkest corners? And although the answers to these questions remain elusive, our ability to ask them speaks to something deeply important. For we are not merely spectators. We are part of this grand cosmic spectacle, where every step we take toward understanding the universe is simultaneously a step toward a deeper understanding of ourselves. When we look at the stars, we see not just bright points in the sky, but reflections of our own history, for they are our distant ancestors. Stars gave birth to everything we see and know. The iron in our blood, the calcium in our bones, the carbon in our cells, all of this was once forged in the hearts of long-dead stars. And perhaps the most profound realization is that, despite our seeming isolation in the vast cosmos, we are connected to it on a fundamental level. We are the universe's way of becoming aware of itself. Our existence, our thoughts, and our questions are expressions of the very same drive for knowledge that permeates all existence. How long will we continue on this path? What lies ahead of us? The answers to these questions are hidden beyond our sight, but one thing remains constant: as long as we live and breathe, we will continue to seek, to learn, and to marvel. And in this unending search for truth, we find inspiration. For humanity has never been content to simply observe the world. We have always sought to understand its essence, to unravel the mechanisms that govern stars, planets, and life itself. Our ancestors, who built ancient observatories and gazed at the planets with the naked eye, opened the way to the discoveries that today allow us to send robots to Mars, explore distant galaxies, and even dream of interstellar travel. But with every new step forward, we not only unlock the mysteries of the cosmos. We discover that the puzzles are infinite, and our knowledge is but a drop in the ocean. Science is an endless process of discovery, and every answer leads to new questions. Why is the universe expanding? What is dark matter and dark energy, which make up most of the mass and energy in the universe yet remain invisible to us? These questions push the boundaries of our understanding, but they also propel us forward. This is the paradox: the more we learn, the more we realize how little we know. Yet in this realization lies deep beauty. For it is the mystery, the unknown, that drives us to continue, to open new horizons. Every star we study, every new discovery in the depths of the cosmos reminds us of the grandeur of the world we are a part of. Our lives may seem fleeting compared to the vastness of cosmic timescales, but our pursuit of knowledge makes us the link between the past and the future of the universe. Perhaps one day we will find other forms of life in this vast cosmic ocean. Perhaps they will be unlike anything we have ever imagined. But even if we never discover other intelligent life, the very fact that we search for it speaks to our deep longing for connection with something greater than ourselves. This search is not just a scientific endeavor. It is an existential challenge, an invitation to reflect on what makes us who we are. When we look to the sky, when our telescopes are pointed at distant stars, we see not just the light emanating from those stars. We see light that reminds us that we are connected to this vast, cold, and mysterious space. And though we are but a small part of this endless story, we have a unique opportunity to be conscious witnesses to this grand cosmic spectacle. The stars will shine for billions more years. And as we continue our journey toward understanding, we will keep asking questions, seeking answers, and marveling at how intricately our fates are intertwined with the fate of the universe. It is in this eternal quest for knowledge of the cosmos that we find our true purpose. Our thirst for discovery is not just a manifestation of scientific curiosity, it is a deep desire to understand what it means to be human within the context of this grand cosmic tapestry. We, as tiny parts of this endless story, possess a unique ability to ask questions about our origins, how we came to be here, and where our path leads. Each step in the study of the universe is not just an exploration of cosmic objects and the laws of physics. It is a journey of self-discovery. For in trying to understand how the universe works, we inevitably begin to reflect on our own place within it. We realize that our planet, though insignificantly small compared to the vast expanses of galaxies, is unique in its ability to support life. This pale blue dot, as I once called Earth, is our only home in the infinite stretches of space. And here, on this small earthly island, life and consciousness arose. We are the ones who can not only recognize our fragility but also strive to preserve it. This is why we bear a great responsibility, not just to explore the universe but to treat our world with care. We are the stewards of this small planet, and it is up to us to ensure its preservation for future generations. In this understanding lies the central paradox of our time. On the one hand, we set our sights on the stars, dreaming of distant worlds, colonies on Mars, and interstellar travel. On the other hand, now more than ever, we must think about preserving what we already have. For if we lose Earth, this tiny oasis of life in the universe, what will remain for us? The cosmos offers us not only the opportunity to explore its distant reaches but also the chance to re-evaluate our priorities. When astronauts look at Earth from space, they don't see continents and borders, divided nations and states. They see one whole, a fragile sphere surrounded by a thin shell of atmosphere. This overview effect, as it is often called, teaches us an important lesson: we are one humanity, and our differences fade in the face of the great responsibility we bear toward our planet and its inhabitants. Asking questions about other worlds and forms of life, we also ask questions about ourselves. What makes us unique? What does it mean to be a sentient being? And can we learn to value this sentience, both on our planet and beyond? Even if we never find other intelligent life, the search itself is already a step toward greater understanding of ourselves and our place in this cosmos. Ultimately, this search is not only a path to scientific discovery. It is a path to understanding that each of us is connected to something far greater than ourselves. We are stardust, gathered into sentient beings capable of recognizing our connection to the universe. And every step we take toward knowledge is a step toward seeing not only the universe in its grand scale but also recognizing our own place within it. Perhaps one day we will indeed cross the starry expanses and reach distant worlds. But until then, we have the greatest task: to preserve and understand the world that is already given to us. For Earth is not just the place we live in, it is our link to something far greater than we can imagine. And as long as we continue to ask questions, seek answers, and marvel at the grandeur of the cosmos, we remain active participants in this eternal cosmic drama. It is in this unceasing drive to understand the cosmos that we find our true purpose. Our yearning for discovery is not just the result of scientific interest, it is a profound desire to grasp what it means to be human in the context of this vast cosmic narrative. As tiny parts of this endless story, we possess a unique capacity to question our origins, how we came to be here, and where our path will lead. Every step we take in studying the universe is not just an examination of cosmic objects and the laws of physics, it is a journey of self-awareness. When we seek to understand how the universe functions, we inevitably begin to ponder our own role in it. We come to realize that our planet, though minuscule compared to the sprawling galaxies, is uniquely capable of supporting life. This pale blue dot, as I once called Earth, is our only home in the boundless expanse of space. Here, on this small, earthly island, life and consciousness have arisen. We are the ones who can not only acknowledge our fragility but also strive to protect it. This is why we carry such immense responsibility, not just to explore the universe, but to treat our world with care. We are the custodians of this small planet, and its future rests in our hands, in whether we can protect it for generations to come. In this realization lies the central paradox of our time. On the one hand, we look to the stars, dreaming of distant worlds, colonies on Mars, and interstellar journeys. But on the other hand, it is now, more than ever, that we must focus on preserving what we already have. If we lose Earth, this tiny oasis of life in the universe, what will remain for us? The cosmos offers us not only the opportunity to explore its farthest reaches, but also a chance to re-evaluate our priorities. When astronauts gaze at Earth from space, they do not see continents and borders, divided nations and states. They see one whole, a fragile sphere surrounded by a thin veil of atmosphere. This overview effect, as it is often called, presents us with an important lesson: we are one humanity, and our differences pale in comparison to the great responsibility we bear toward our planet and its inhabitants. In questioning other worlds and forms of life, we also question ourselves. What makes us unique? What does it mean to be sentient? And can we learn to value this sentience, both on our planet and beyond? Even if we never discover other intelligent life, the search itself is a step toward a deeper understanding of ourselves and our place in this cosmos. Ultimately, this quest is not just a path to scientific discovery. It is a journey toward recognizing that each of us is connected to something far greater than ourselves. We are stardust, assembled into sentient beings, capable of perceiving our connection to the universe. Every step we take on this path of knowledge is a step toward recognizing not only the grandeur of the universe but our place within it. Perhaps one day we will indeed traverse the stars and reach distant worlds. But until then, we have the greatest task ahead of us: to preserve and understand the world that we have already been given. For Earth is not just the place where we live, it is our link to something far greater than we can imagine. And as we continue to ask questions, seek answers, and marvel at the cosmos, we remain active participants in this eternal cosmic drama. Our journey into the uncharted depths of space is not merely a physical journey, but a transformation of our consciousness. With each new discovery, with every new horizon we reach, we change, becoming more aware of how magnificent and vast the universe truly is. Paradoxically, the more we learn, the more we realize our insignificance on a cosmic scale, yet at the same time, our uniqueness. We are, as far as we know, the only beings capable of consciously reflecting on what happens beyond our world. And it is this very fact that makes our existence incredibly valuable. We are a bridge between the world of matter and the world of thought. We don't just gaze at the stars, we strive to understand where they came from, what they are made of, and what role they play in this endless dance of matter and energy. Perhaps one day we will unravel the mysteries of dark matter, which hides most of the universe's substance from us, or dark energy, which seems to push the cosmic expanses further and further apart. Perhaps we will understand how the universe began and find the answer to the ultimate question: why is there something rather than nothing? But even if we never fully grasp these great mysteries, the pursuit of knowledge itself already makes us part of this grand story. When we look back at ancient civilizations, we see how they revered the heavens with awe. They built temples and pyramids aligned with the stars, kept calendars based on the movements of planets. They instinctively understood that their lives and the skies were connected. We, despite our incredible technological advances, remain much the same, continuing this ancient dance with the cosmos, revealing new facets of it to ourselves. But perhaps the most important discovery we've made in recent decades is not in what we have learned, but in what we have yet to learn. This realization of our limitations, of our fleeting existence against the backdrop of the boundless cosmic history. Earth, our birthplace, has already lived through a billionth of its existence, while humanity is but a moment in this vast scale of time. Yet this moment can be meaningful if we learn to use it with wisdom and responsibility. The paradox is that, despite our smallness, we are nonetheless capable of great things. We see galaxies billions of light years away, yet we are capable of changing the world in which we live. We are not merely observers of the cosmos, we are its active participants. The way we act here and now influences the future, both of our planet and perhaps the entire cosmos. With each new discovery of the cosmos, we realize that the universe is far more complex and amazing than we could have imagined. Dark matter and energy, black holes, quantum phenomena, all challenge our understanding of the nature of reality. But they also offer us new opportunities for reflecting on our place in the universe. Our tools for knowledge improve, but the key to understanding the universe does not lie solely in technology. It also lies within our inner world, in our quest for meaning and understanding. No matter how far we peer into the depths of the cosmos, each new point of light in the night sky is a reminder that our search is infinite, as is the universe itself. Many more discoveries lie ahead of us, and each will be a new step on the path to understanding. But perhaps the most important of them will be the realization that we are not only particles of the universe, but also its witnesses. And as long as we continue to look at the stars, to ask questions, and seek answers, we will not merely exist in this grand story, we will help create it. The stars will wait for us, but the path we are forging through the cosmic vastness is important not only for the discoveries themselves. Every new understanding of the world beyond Earth brings us back to ourselves, to humanity, to our shared destiny. Our exploration of the universe not only expands the boundaries of scientific knowledge but also raises fundamental questions about the nature of life, consciousness, and our moral responsibilities. What will happen when we eventually discover life beyond Earth? Will it be a simple organism in the icy depths of a Jovian moon or a highly developed civilization on another planet? Such a moment will be a turning point for humanity. It will not only change our scientific understanding but also how we perceive ourselves, our uniqueness, or perhaps the lack thereof. However, even if we never find other civilizations, this realization will only strengthen our appreciation of life on Earth as something truly precious. Perhaps we are the only intelligent beings capable of asking questions about the universe, about life, about consciousness. And this understanding places a great responsibility on us, not only to ourselves but to the planet and the life that may be unique in this galaxy. The deeper we dive into the mysteries of space, the more we begin to understand that life on Earth is a miracle we cannot take for granted. Climate change, biodiversity loss, ecosystem destruction, all remind us of how fragile our world is. Space may become our second home, but our first task is to preserve our only true home, Earth. And here, space exploration brings us back to Earth once again. We are learning not only to develop technologies for colonizing other planets but also to understand how crucial it is to care for our own world. Many of the challenges we face in space exploration, limited resources, the need for sustainable ecosystems, are the same challenges we face here on Earth. The principles that will help us survive on Mars can help sustain life here, on our own planet. In space, there are not only answers to scientific questions. It evokes deep philosophical reflections on the meaning of life, on our purpose, and on the legacy we will leave behind in this world. For space is not merely a silent arena for our explorations. It is a mirror in which we see ourselves, our ambitions, our fears, our thirst for knowledge. When we look at the stars, we simultaneously look within ourselves. Humanity stands at the threshold of a new era. Space beckons us, and our desire to explore its vast expanses will inevitably lead us to new frontiers. But it is important to remember that this journey is not merely a physical one. It is a path toward understanding our place in this grand cosmic story. We are not merely passengers on a planet drifting through the stars. We are active participants in this story, and how we write its next chapters depends on us. Each new generation passes not only knowledge to the next but also questions. And just as ancient philosophers gazed at the night sky and pondered the nature of the cosmos, we continue this dialogue with the universe. We see further than they could have dreamed, but the questions remain. And this is wonderful. For it is in these questions, in this relentless pursuit of knowledge, that we find meaning. And the stars, as always, will continue to shine, lighting our way. We may be small against the backdrop of cosmic infinity, but our thirst for knowledge makes us great. And this greatness is not measured in the physical sense but in how deeply we can peer into the nature of the universe and our place within it. In each new discovery, in every step we take toward understanding the cosmos, lies a fragment of the human spirit, the desire to understand, to go beyond the familiar, and to strive for something greater. We have learned to measure distances between stars, recognize the chemical elements that make up distant planets, and understand processes occurring in the deepest parts of black holes. But with each new page of discoveries, new chapters full of unknown mysteries unfold before us. Dark matter, which makes up the lion's share of the universe's mass, and dark energy, responsible for its accelerated expansion, remain among the greatest scientific mysteries. These forces are at work right now, all around us, shaping our reality, yet they remain invisible and incomprehensible. The realization that most of the universe is hidden from our understanding only fuels our scientific enthusiasm. We strive to penetrate these mysteries not merely for knowledge's sake, but because each step brings us closer to a more complete understanding of our world. Nevertheless, space reminds us that our capacity for comprehension has its limits, and perhaps we will never find the full answer to all our questions. But this is the beauty of science: it does not aim for a final conclusion, it is always in process. The cosmos teaches us humility. It shows us how small we are compared to the scale of the universe, but at the same time, it shows how great our capacity for creativity and thought is. We are the products of the cosmos, the children of stars, whose bodies are made of elements forged in the hearts of exploding supernovae. We are living proof that matter, arranged in a certain way, is capable of becoming aware of itself. And this awareness brings new responsibility toward the world. We are not just observers, we are guardians of life. As the only known form of intelligent life, we bear responsibility for our planet, its ecosystems, and the future of life as a whole. Perhaps, at some point in the future, we will not only preserve life on Earth but also spread it beyond our home planet. The colonization of other planets, such as Mars, may become a new step for humanity, but with this step comes new ethical questions. Do we have the right to alter worlds, creating conditions for life where it never existed? How will we interact with other forms of life if we find them on distant planets? Will we respect these alien ecosystems, or will we strive to adapt them to our needs? The answers to these questions have yet to be found, but the very fact that we are asking them speaks to our capacity for self-reflection and awareness of our role in the cosmos. This is not only a scientific or technological challenge, it is a challenge to our moral consciousness. When we send robots to Mars, build telescopes capable of peering into the farthest corners of galaxies, or dream of interstellar travel, we are not merely striving to overcome physical limitations. We are striving for something greater, understanding our place in the universe. Each rocket launch, each expedition is a step toward greater understanding and expanding the boundaries of our knowledge. And perhaps the greatest discovery we will make in the future will not be the existence of life on another planet or the unraveling of the mysteries of dark matter. Perhaps the greatest discovery will be our own realization that, despite the scales and infinity of the universe, we, humans, with our thirst for knowledge, our questions, and our drive to understand the world around us, are what makes this cosmos so special. As long as we continue to ask, to wonder, and to strive for the stars, we remain living participants in the great cosmic story. And our role in this story is not merely to observe but to create. And the stars will wait for us, as they have waited for billions of years. But the stars are not just distant lights we observe in the night sky. They are witnesses of time, piercing through millennia with their light. They are the memory of the universe as it was billions of years ago. Each star is a story told by light that has traveled across vast distances to reach us. And when we look at the sky, we are, in fact, looking into the past. This awareness of time, stretching beyond our imagination, prompts us to reflect on how fleeting our lives are, yet how meaningful they can be. We have lived on this planet for only a few thousand years, yet we have managed to unravel secrets that were hidden for billions of years. Our knowledge that the universe began with the Big Bang, that galaxies are moving away from each other, that our solar system is just one among trillions, these are not just facts, but the achievements of humanity's collective mind. Each new discovery is not only a step toward understanding the cosmos but a step toward understanding our own limitations and potential. We realize that we are at the beginning of the journey, that ahead of us lie billions of light years waiting to be explored. But this journey requires not only technology and resources but also a philosophical approach, understanding what we find and how these discoveries affect our perception of ourselves. When we look at the stars, we can see in them a reflection of our own existence. Like stars, we are born, we live, and we die, leaving behind a mark on this world. Like stars, we are part of the cycle of life and death that drives the universe. But unlike stars, we can be aware of this process. We can ask questions about the meaning of life, about what lies beyond death, and about what will happen to our civilization in millions of years. Perhaps the future of humanity is not merely a journey to other stars and planets but the discovery of new horizons of consciousness and awareness. Questions about the nature of consciousness, about how it relates to the physical world, and about what it means to be alive and self-aware remain some of the most complex and mysterious in both science and philosophy. Quantum physics has opened a new reality for us, a world where particles can exist in multiple states simultaneously, where everything is connected on a level we are only beginning to understand. Perhaps consciousness follows yet undiscovered laws, and one day we will understand how matter becomes self-aware. But even if we never find full answers to these questions, it is important to remember that the pursuit of understanding is what makes us unique. We are not just observers, we are participants in this great drama, and our role is not just to seek answers but to ask questions. And as we continue on this path, the path of knowledge and self-knowledge, we not only expand the boundaries of our understanding of the universe but also create a new understanding of our own place within it. We are the link between matter and mind, between physical reality and its awareness. And it is this awareness that makes us truly great. The greatness of humanity is not measured by how many galaxies we have observed or how many planets we have explored. It lies in the fact that we can ask ourselves the question, who are we, and what does it all mean? As long as the stars continue to shine their ancient light upon us, we will keep seeking answers. We will strive for new discoveries, new understandings, and new meanings. For the stars, those silent witnesses of time, remind us that our lives are part of something far greater. And this realization, that we are part of something infinitely greater than ourselves, may be the most important lesson that the cosmos can teach us. The stars, those distant beacons, watch us from the silence, but their light holds the history of billions of years. They remind us that our universe is a grand symphony of matter and energy, an eternal interplay and transformation that began with the Big Bang and continues to this day. And we, as small as we may be on the cosmic scale, are an integral part of this dance. Every atom in our bodies contains particles that were once part of ancient stars. We are not just children of Earth, we are children of the universe, born of the forces that drive galaxies and give birth to planets. And there is something profoundly uplifting in this realization, the knowledge that our connection to the cosmos is not merely a matter of studying distant objects but a deep inner connection at the level of every atom. But with this realization comes responsibility. We are the only known beings on Earth capable of recognizing our connection to the cosmos, and this places special obligations upon us. We are the guardians of this small blue planet, and its future depends on how we manage its resources, its ecosystems, and the life that thrives here. For while space may await us, Earth is our only home for now. When we think about the future that lies ahead, we can imagine colonies on Mars, stations on the Moon, and journeys to other star systems. These dreams are inspiring, but they also remind us that it is here, on Earth, that we must begin building the future we dream of. We must learn to live in harmony with the planet, using its resources wisely and responsibly to ensure the continuation of life not only for ourselves but for all existing and future forms of life. When humanity finally ventures to the stars, we will carry with us not only knowledge and technology but also our ideals, our moral principles, and our understanding of the world. The questions we ask today, about justice, equality, and how we treat our planet and each other, will be relevant on distant planets as well. How we treat Earth will reflect how we will treat the other worlds we may one day settle. And herein lies the great challenge of our time: we must learn to appreciate what we have before we venture beyond our world. For exploring space is not just about conquering new frontiers but about a new realization of how precious our home truly is. As one astronaut said when looking at Earth from space, "When you look at it from here, you realize there are no borders. There is only one fragile world that we must protect." Perhaps the stars that call to us will teach us to care more deeply for our home. Perhaps in our attempts to reach other worlds, we will better understand that our own world is unique. And ultimately, we may realize that the most important thing is not just to explore the universe but to preserve the beauty that already exists here. We live in a unique time when unprecedented opportunities lie before us. We stand on the threshold of a new era, an era of space exploration and the settlement of distant worlds. But with this comes new responsibilities. We must remember that our future in space is closely tied to how we treat Earth and each other here and now. The stars will wait for us, but before we reach them, we must embark on a journey of self-awareness and understanding of our role in this great cosmic story. This path requires not only technology and scientific discoveries but also deep inner work, a re-evaluation of our values and responsibilities. As we continue to seek answers among the stars, let us not forget that many important answers are already here, on Earth, and that it is here where our great journey to the stars begins. This great journey, beginning on Earth, is more than just a cosmic expedition. It is a spiritual and philosophical discovery where humanity learns to see itself as part of a broader and deeper reality. When we look at the stars, we are also looking inward, reflecting on our own nature. We see the reflection of our quest not only to understand the physical nature of the universe but also our place in its vastness. Each new discovery, whether it is the detection of a distant exoplanet or the confirmation of new forms of energy, not only expands the boundaries of our knowledge but also transforms our understanding of what it means to be alive in this boundless and unfathomable universe. As we come to realize that our lives are intertwined with the cyclical processes of birth and destruction occurring throughout the cosmos, we begin to appreciate each moment of our existence as unique and unrepeatable. But it is this uniqueness that must inspire us to act responsibly. Understanding that our planet is the only known cradle of life today should compel us to place it under special care. Every step we take toward the stars must be accompanied by a responsible and caring attitude toward Earth. For our planet is not just a launch pad for space exploration, it is the cradle that has given us the ability to dream of the stars. In every small step humanity takes toward space exploration, there is a grand vision. We are not merely exploring new worlds, but building a future for our descendants. However, this future cannot be based solely on technology and knowledge. It must rest on moral values, on an awareness of our responsibility, and on a striving for peace and harmony both on Earth and in the cosmos. Imagine the day when humanity first sets foot on another planet, whether it be Mars, a moon of Jupiter, or a planet orbiting another star. It will be the greatest moment in the history of our species, but it will also symbolize that we, as a civilization, have reached maturity. This moment should not be merely a triumph of science and technology, it must also symbolize our unity as humanity, our thirst for knowledge, and our capacity to care for all forms of life. When we talk about humanity's future in space, we cannot ignore the questions of ethics and morality. How will we treat potential life on other planets? Will we colonize new worlds without regard for the consequences? Or will we take on the role of guardians of cosmic worlds, respecting their uniqueness and unknown ecosystems? The history of Earth teaches us that progress often brings destruction. The colonization of new lands has frequently led to the destruction of local ecosystems and cultures. We cannot afford to repeat the same mistakes as we begin to explore and colonize other planets. We need to develop a new ethic for space exploration, based on respect for the worlds we will study. The cosmos teaches us that we are not alone in this universe, even though we have not yet found other intelligent beings. But the realization that life may exist beyond our planet obliges us to act responsibly and with respect. We must not view space as a barren arena for human ambitions. It is a vast field of possibilities that requires our deep awareness and gentle approach. Perhaps hundreds or thousands of years from now, our descendants will live on distant planets, look at alien skies, and marvel at how far and small their home world is. But along with this wonder, they must remember that their connection to Earth remains unbroken, that their moral and philosophical duty is to protect what they have. Humanity journeys to the stars not to conquer them but to understand them and, ultimately, to better understand itself. This journey is not only physical but spiritual. And each new horizon we uncover reminds us that our greatness lies not in power or dominance, but in our ability to be aware, wise, and caring. The stars will continue to shine, and the universe will wait for us. But what our future among these stars will look like depends on how we learn to cherish and protect our world and each other. For humanity's true strength lies not in conquest but in its awareness and love for the miracle that is life. Every step we take toward the stars should be accompanied by the profound realization that space is not merely an endless field for exploration but also a reflection of our inner world. Each distant galaxy's light, every new planet we discover, holds the potential not only for scientific discovery but for self-discovery. The further we advance on this path, the clearer it becomes. Our search beyond Earth is not only about understanding the universe but also about understanding ourselves. Once, our ancestors looked at the stars with reverence and awe, seeking answers to the most fundamental questions: where did we come from, and where are we going? Today, with much more advanced tools at our disposal, we still ask the same questions. And while science provides us with more and more facts, we realize that the answers to these questions extend beyond science. They lie in the realms of philosophy, ethics, and perhaps something even greater that we have yet to articulate. Each new discovery opens not only a new chapter in the book of the cosmos but also reminds us of our responsibility. We stand on the threshold of an era where our ability to alter worlds becomes a reality. But with this ability comes a moral duty, not to destroy but to protect and preserve. For no matter how far we travel, we will always be part of this planet, this universe, and our actions will impact the future not only of humanity but of all life we may one day encounter. What will our future among the stars look like? Perhaps we will create colonies on Mars, build space cities, and explore other planetary systems. Perhaps one day we will discover signs of life that will transform our understanding of the world into something entirely new. But whatever that future may be, it depends on the decisions we make today. Our journey to the stars requires not only knowledge and technology but also wisdom, humanity, and sensitivity. Imagine a future where we not only conquer new worlds but learn to live in harmony with them. Where, as we travel among the stars, we preserve our connection to Earth, our first and most important home. Where our descendants will remember that their strength lies not in destruction but in preserving and protecting the wonders they encounter on their journey. Perhaps one day we will look at Earth from distant worlds and marvel at its uniqueness. Perhaps the stars, which now seem unreachable, will become our new homes. But in all of this, we must never forget where we came from and what we already have. Every planet, every discovery is not only a chance to expand the boundaries of our knowledge but also to strengthen our connection to life itself. Earth has given us the ability to gaze at the stars and dream of distant worlds. Now it is our turn to protect this world so that the future of humanity can continue this great cosmic journey. For our destiny is not merely to explore the stars but to preserve what makes us human. This is our greatness, our responsibility, and it is what will ultimately define our future among the stars. And as long as the stars continue to shine, we will continue to strive toward them, not to conquer them but to become part of them, knowing that our true strength lies in our ability to dream, to learn, and to protect. The journey to the stars is not just a scientific expedition, it is humanity's quest to find its meaning within the grand scale of the universe. Every mission, every satellite, every probe sent to distant planets is a symbol of our insatiable desire to understand our place in this vast and mysterious cosmos. But along with this drive comes the question, what legacy will we leave in these uncharted worlds? We stand at the brink of new horizons, where humanity can not only observe space but also interact with it. We dream of founding colonies on the Moon and Mars, sending exploratory ships to distant exoplanets, and perhaps one day making contact with other forms of life. But it is important to remember that with this progress comes tremendous responsibility. Space, like Earth itself, demands respect. We must ask ourselves how we will behave when faced with the unknown. What will our moral stance be if we discover signs of life on another planet? Will we invade these worlds, altering them for our own survival, Or will we develop a new ethic of interacting with other forms of life, if they exist? Our history on Earth is full of examples of ecosystem destruction, colonization, and wars that have harmed not only humans but nature itself. The exploration of space is a new opportunity for humanity to reconsider its actions, to move beyond selfishness, and to learn to be stewards, not conquerors. As we gaze at the stars, we must remember the lessons Earth has taught us and learn to interact with other worlds in a way that preserves their integrity. After all, what could be more important than respecting the existence of life in all its possible forms? Perhaps humanity's future will not only be tied to expanding our borders into space but also to internal expansion, the realization of our role in the broader cosmic picture. We are part of the universe, its children, born of the stars and returning to them through our awareness and knowledge. And this awareness should drive us not only toward scientific achievements but also toward a deeper understanding of our spiritual and moral duty to the cosmos itself. We must ask ourselves, how do we want to be remembered by the universe? As ruthless conquerors seeking to dominate every corner, or as conscious explorers who respect the majesty of the life and nature they encounter? This is a choice that each of us must make, and it is a choice that will shape the future of our civilization. As we move forward, the stars continue to wait for us, but their light is not merely a signal that new frontiers lie ahead. It is a reminder that our actions here on Earth and our future among the stars are inextricably linked. We must learn to appreciate what we have before we reach out for more. We must learn to understand and love our planet before we embark on exploring others. This realization will lead us to true cosmic maturity. We must not simply strive to colonize planets and stars, we must learn to live in harmony with them. And only then will our journey to the stars become truly meaningful. Only then will we truly become part of the cosmos, not just as its inhabitants but as its guardians and explorers of its greatest mysteries. The stars will continue to shine, illuminating our path. We will continue to seek answers to the great questions, striving for new discoveries and confronting new moral and ethical challenges. For our future among the stars is not only a matter of technology and science. It is a matter of what kind of civilization and species we will become. And as the stars call us forward, we must remember that our true goal is not to conquer the universe but to learn to live in harmony with it. When we speak of harmony with the universe, we understand that this harmony must begin within ourselves, with how we perceive our role in the world and within the entire cosmic tapestry. The realization that we are but a small part of something infinitely vast humbles and elevates us at the same time. This knowledge should teach us that every action we take, whether on Earth or in distant worlds, has consequences. Our journey to the stars does not truly begin in space but here, on Earth, where we learn what it means to be part of a greater whole. Before we set out for other planets, we must learn to respect and preserve the only one that has given us life. If we cannot be stewards of this small, fragile world, how can we expect to become worthy explorers and protectors of other worlds? Every step forward in science and technology requires deep awareness and ethical reflection. How will we use the knowledge we gain about the cosmos? How will we handle the resources we may one day find on other planets? We stand on the brink of incredible discoveries that could change our understanding of reality, but with that comes responsibility. We are already seeing how our technologies are beginning to change the world around us, from satellites that help us monitor climate change to telescopes that reveal the depths of the cosmos. But the more possibilities we have, the more questions arise. How will we use these powers? Will we be wise and responsible users of this knowledge? The journey to the stars is not just a physical transition from one planet to another. It is an inner journey, into the depths of our consciousness and our understanding of ourselves as part of something greater. We must not see space as an endless field for conquest and exploitation, as humanity once viewed new lands. We must see it as an opportunity for self-discovery and for preserving what makes life so unique. When we first saw Earth from space, it appeared as a small, fragile orb surrounded by darkness. This image changed our perception. It made us realize its uniqueness and the importance of preserving it. Now, as we strive farther toward the stars, we must carry this awareness with us. Space is vast, but life is precious. We must learn to cherish every manifestation of it, both on our planet and on those we may one day discover. Imagine that one day we find a new planet suitable for life. What will be our first action? Will we seek to adapt it to our needs, change its ecosystems, or will we stop to understand its uniqueness, its laws, its harmony? This future no longer seems so distant, and these questions require answers today. But perhaps the main question we must ask ourselves is, can we be not just explorers but also guardians? Can we leave a mark in space that will testify to our wisdom, not our greed? After all, our journey among the stars is not just about seeking new discoveries. It is about finding balance between exploration and preservation, between striving for more and respecting what already exists. Humanity's future among the stars depends on how we handle these questions. Will we reach for the stars with respect and wisdom? Will we learn to live in peace with the cosmos, just as we are trying to learn to live in peace with one another on Earth? Every new planet, every star, every distant corner of the universe is not just an object for study but a reminder that our path is one of interconnectedness with everything around us. When we look at the stars, we see not only points of light. We see an infinite story in which our lives, our choices, and our future are written. And perhaps, one day, as we gaze at distant worlds, we will realize that the greatest journey is not merely a journey to the stars but a journey toward understanding the very nature of life, its fragility, and its grandeur. And the stars, as always, will be waiting for us, silent, bright, reminding us that we always have a choice, to be guardians or destroyers. We must choose the path of creation, to become part of this magnificent cosmic story not only as explorers but as wise protectors of life, here on Earth and on all the worlds that will one day be revealed to us. The path of creation is a choice that humanity must make consciously and with the understanding that every step we take in space reflects our inner development. It is not merely a technological breakthrough, not just another milestone in the history of scientific discoveries. It is a profound shift in our attitude toward life, toward the world around us, and toward the universe itself. Every star, every constellation, every corner of space carries the potential for unimaginable discoveries. But the true greatness of these discoveries lies not in what we can build or extract there but in what they can unlock within ourselves. For the cosmos, in the end, is a mirror in which humanity sees its reflection. As we gaze into the depths of the universe, we see our aspirations, our fears, and our hopes. When we send probes to Jupiter, Saturn, distant comets, and asteroids, we ask questions that go far beyond science. We are trying to understand how the universe works, how it creates and destroys, how it sustains life, and what lies beyond it. But at the same time, we are also studying ourselves, our motivations, and our values. For every discovery made in the depths of space inevitably reflects how we perceive our lives on Earth. We understand that life is a rare and precious gift. We do not know if it exists anywhere else in the universe, but even if it does, its uniqueness and fragility should be our greatest lesson. Our search for extraterrestrial life is not merely a scientific curiosity. It is an existential quest that forces us to reflect on our own nature. What does it mean to be alive? What does it mean to be intelligent? And what does it mean to be good stewards of life? We may not find other intelligent beings, but even that fact would be a powerful lesson. If we are the only ones, then our responsibility increases many times over. We are not just one of many civilizations, we are the only form of conscious life capable of understanding the scale of its responsibility to the world. This is the greatness and the burden of our existence. We are children of the stars, and this is not just a poetic metaphor. It is a scientific fact that places upon us profound obligations to life in all its forms. Imagine that one day our descendants will travel between star systems, settle new planets, and discover new forms of life or perhaps create them. What will they become? Will they respect these worlds, learn from them, or repeat the old mistakes of colonization, destruction, and exploitation? To answer that question, we must begin with ourselves, here and now. Space gives us the opportunity not only to witness our technological achievements but also to reconsider our moral values. We must learn not only to be strong but also to be wise. We must learn to use our knowledge for creation, not destruction. This is the great task that lies before humanity in the age of space exploration. When we look at the Moon, Mars, and distant exoplanets, we see the potential for tremendous achievements. But that potential must be realized with understanding and respect for the very principles of life. We cannot simply venture into space to take from it all it has to offer. We must learn to interact with it in a way that leaves worlds as intact as we found them, perhaps even healthier. Peace in the universe is not merely the absence of conflict. It is the ability to live in harmony with what surrounds us, whether it be the nature of our home planet or distant worlds. True harmony lies in understanding the interconnectedness of all things and acting with respect for those connections. We are part of a greater whole, and our role in that whole is not merely to be its observers but also its guardians. Every new planet we discover, every new galaxy we study, is not just an object of our interest. They are pieces of the grand mosaic of the universe, in which we must find our place. And if we find that place with wisdom and understanding, our future among the stars will not just be a technological breakthrough but the greatest spiritual achievement of humanity. The stars will wait for us, as they have always done. They are silent witnesses of time and space, but we, as we journey to them, can bring something new to this cosmos. We can bring the awareness that we are not just guests in this world but a part of it. And our place in this universe depends on how we interact with it, with love, respect, and the willingness to preserve its grandeur for future generations. And then, perhaps, we will not only discover new worlds but also become worthy stewards of the greatest cosmic legacy that has been bestowed upon us, the legacy of life, consciousness, and the eternal striving for the stars. When we speak of cosmic legacy, we are not merely referring to scientific achievements or physical objects that we will leave behind. It goes much deeper. Humanity's legacy among the stars is our ability to understand the universe not only as a physical phenomenon but as something more profound, a home for life in all its forms. And if we can grasp this, our journey to the stars will not be merely an expansion but a journey toward a new level of awareness and interaction with the cosmos. Every step we take forward reveals new horizons. Within the depths of the solar system, we find clues to how life may have arisen on Earth and possibly elsewhere in the universe. When we send robots to Mars or descend into the oceans of Europa, we search for traces of water, organic compounds, signs that life may exist or have existed in places that once seemed hostile and barren. And here we face the most critical question: what is our attitude toward these worlds? Will we see them as means for our survival and expansion, or will we begin to view them as valuable in and of themselves? Every planet, every celestial body we explore is part of a vast system where everything is connected. And if we begin to see space only as a resource, it will lead us to the same mistakes we have already made on Earth, depleting natural wealth and destroying ecosystems. Imagine that we find signs of life, perhaps just simple bacteria, in the icy oceans of Europa or on Mars. This would be one of the most significant events in the history of science and humanity as a whole. But what comes next? Will we use these worlds for our purposes, ignoring their fragile ecosystems, or will we recognize their right to exist and learn to interact with them without destroying them? Space gives us the opportunity not only to expand our knowledge but also to reconsider our values. We are at a pivotal moment in history, where our future as a species depends not only on technology but on our ability to be responsible stewards of life, not only on Earth but in space. If we cannot learn to live in harmony with nature, to preserve it for future generations, our journey to the stars may become destructive. But I believe that humanity is capable of more. We are capable not only of technical progress but of spiritual progress. We are capable of learning to value life in all its forms, even if it is only microscopic organisms struggling to survive in the extreme conditions of distant planets. We are capable of seeing in these forms of life the continuation of the great story of which we are a part. Perhaps our journey to the stars is not only about exploring new worlds but about a deep understanding of ourselves as part of this universe. We are beginning to realize that space is not an empty void but something grander and more complex. It is a place where stars and planets are born, where matter turns into life, where civilizations as incredible as ours may exist. The further we advance in our research, the clearer it becomes that our destiny is inextricably linked to the fate of the cosmos. We cannot exist separately from it. We are part of this great cosmic dance, where every planet, every star, every galaxy has its role. And our future depends on how we play ours. If we can be wise stewards, our descendants will be proud that their ancestors not only explored space but learned to respect it, to value its grandeur, and to maintain balance. We will be able to build a future where humanity thrives among the stars, not through destruction but through respect and cooperation with the worlds we discover. And perhaps one day, as we gaze at distant worlds through the windows of spaceships, we will see them not as new lands to be colonized but as new chapters in the great story of life that began billions of years ago. This will be a future where the stars become not only our beacons but also our teachers, reminding us that true wisdom lies not in conquest but in awareness and understanding. And then, our journey among the stars will not be merely a movement forward but also a movement inward, toward the realization that our place in the cosmos is that of a guardian, explorer, and creator. The stars will wait for us, as they always have, and we will be ready to meet them with the respect and love worthy of the great mysteries they hold. As the stars continue their ancient dance in the boundless expanses of the cosmos, our journey toward them takes on an ever-deepening significance. We, as a civilization, are learning not only to comprehend the physical laws of the universe but also to reflect on our place in its infinite drama. And with each step we take, it becomes increasingly clear, we are not merely guests in this grand theater, we are an integral part of it. The world we see around us is the result of billions of years of evolution, from the first stars that exploded, spreading heavy elements, to the formation of planets, and finally to the emergence of life on Earth. This chain of events reminds us that every atom in our bodies, every molecule, carries a story that stretches far into the depths of space. We are products of stardust, assembled to become aware of ourselves and the world around us. But what does it mean to be creators and stewards in this great process? It means that our scientific discoveries and technological achievements must be accompanied by profound ethical reflection. As we venture toward new worlds, we must remember that every action we take leaves a mark. The question is not whether we can colonize other planets, but how we will interact with these worlds. Imagine the moment when humans first set foot on the surface of a distant exoplanet. That historic step will usher in a new era of human development, but it will also symbolize our mature interaction with the cosmos. We can no longer view the worlds we discover as something that exists solely for our benefit. We must learn to be delicate and cautious, respecting both life and the non-living nature of other planets. This new understanding of responsibility stems from the realization that we are not alone in our quest for knowledge. Space is not merely a lifeless field for experiments and research. Somewhere out there, on distant planets, other forms of life may exist, perhaps even other intelligent civilizations that have gone through their own development and contemplate the same questions we ask ourselves. What if one day we discover evidence of another civilization, perhaps one that has already gone extinct, or find microscopic life on the distant moons of planets? How will we regard them? Will we seek to understand their culture, their biology, their unique contribution to the history of the universe, or will we view them solely through the lens of our own interests? The cosmos offers us the opportunity not only to explore but to learn. It teaches us patience and humility, reminding us that we are just a tiny part of a grand whole. And it is this awareness that must guide us forward. We must become the stewards not only of our planet but of all the worlds that open up before us. The future among the stars requires new ethical standards. We must ask ourselves how we will interact with new worlds, how we will maintain the balance between exploration and preservation, between resource use and respect for the nature of other planets. These questions cannot go unanswered if we want to build a future where space becomes a home for future generations. We must strive for the stars not as conquerors but as explorers who respect and marvel at the grandeur that surrounds us. Every new world we discover is not merely a source of resources or scientific data. It is a unique part of cosmic history, and our task is to preserve it for future generations. If we can find this balance, our journey among the stars will not only be a symbol of our technological progress but also the greatest achievement of the human spirit. We will be able to prove that humanity is capable not only of taking but also of giving, not only of exploring but also of protecting. And then, the stars, waiting for us in the silence of the cosmos, will become not just a place for new discoveries but a place for a new, more mature, and wiser civilization. And when our descendants look at the stars, they will see not just mysterious lights in the night sky, but symbols of the great journey that humanity once began. A journey that did not end in conquest or exploitation but became an expression of our quest for understanding, harmony, and peace. This future is possible, and it begins with the decisions we make today. The conclusion of this great journey to the stars should serve as a call for awareness, reminding us not to lose sight of the true purpose of our space exploration. The cosmos calls us not only to expand the boundaries of our knowledge but also to broaden our understanding of ourselves. The stars and planets that await us are not just objects for investigation but an invitation to reflect on our role in this vast universe. After all, space is not just a place where we will find answers to scientific questions. It is a realm where we can discover who we want to become. It teaches us humility by reminding us of our smallness in the grand scheme of creation, and it inspires us toward greatness by unveiling infinite possibilities. Our destiny among the stars is not merely a matter of technology, it is a matter of moral choice. We can become creators, stewards, and explorers who respect life and nature, or we can follow the path of destruction and exploitation. This choice lies before us, and it requires deep responsibility. The stars will continue to shine, lighting the way to the future, but what that future will look like depends on us. If we choose the path of awareness and respect, then our journey among the stars will not only be a triumph of science but also the greatest spiritual achievement of humanity. We will become true guardians of life, the consciousness of the universe, seeking not only answers but also harmony. And when we finally reach those distant worlds, we will be ready to meet them not as conquerors but as participants in this great cosmic symphony.